Whether it's RVs or hiking, kayaks or biking, take an adventure, take an adventure, take an adventure with us.
Hey everybody, it's Brian from Cruisin with Colemans. Just watching some of my favorite videos up here on YouTube while I'm in the campground. We love fall and winter camping. We love spring camping too, for that matter. But sometimes it gets a little cold in the RV, but we don't want to use our propane. So we thought, wouldn't it be nice if this center console right here had a fireplace? We know a lot of the new rigs are coming with them, so we looked into it and we found out that we could put a fireplace right here. It's a 110 fireplace, so it runs on regular shore power, and because we have an outlet right here for the TV, it just happens to have an extra spot where I could plug the fireplace in. So we thought, let's get rid of this shelf down here, which is really not very usable space anyway. Take a look at it. It's only, what, about 5, maybe 6 inches deep. I can tell you it's about deep enough for a bottle of wine. And we thought it'd be really great to put in a fireplace, just like this. If only it were actually that easy, right? Well, this is going to be a multi-step project, so I'm going to start it tonight, probably not get finished tonight, probably finish it up tomorrow morning, but I think it's going to really enhance our fall and winter camping. So stay tuned to see how it goes. The first step was finding a fireplace that was going to fit in our space. So we went to the RecPro website and we started looking at them, and unfortunately, not a single fireplace fit in our cabinet. They were all either way too big or too small, too tall, too short. So we finally found one that we liked that was really close to being the right size. So I figured what I could do after I take out this center support bar is that I can do some framing around it. My initial plan was to get some wood and paint it black so it would match the regular bezel of the rest of the fireplace, and it would just blend right in. But we were fortunate enough to be able to get some wood molding from Coachman that matches our RV. It's the exact same wood pattern that was used in ours. So we got a couple of pieces of that I'm going to be able to cut down to frame this whole in so that it's the exact right size for the fireplace. But first of all, it's demo day. All right, as much as I'd like to take a hammer to this to do my demolition, you know, there are a few things that have been done to a travel trailer that can't be undone relatively easily as long as you have one of those annoying square drill bits. So this center support bar is just held in place by 2 screws in the bottom and 2 screws in the top. So I just have to get in here and remove a couple of screws. That came out as easy as can be. Now, if you've watched our channel for long, you know that we like to take pieces like this and salvage them to be reused for some other purpose. I haven't decided or figured out where I'm going to need this board or where I can use these doors, but I'm definitely not going to throw them away because they might come in really handy at some point. Plus, if something happens to one of our other cabinet doors, they could just be a replacement. Next thing I've got to do is take out these couple of brackets that are right here. These were for the shelf, and I also have a LevelMate Pro installed in here, so I'm going to remove that and find a new place to put it, or, you know, honestly, I might not even put it back in. We never really use it, so if you're interested in a LevelMate Pro, message me down below or leave a comment, and we'll see if maybe we can get it to you. Now that I have all the old cabinetry taken out, you can see how nicely this fits in. I'm going to drill a hole right here to run the cord up through, and I need to double check all of my measurements to see exactly how big these pieces need to be. So I've sketched out what it's going to look like in the end, and I just need to get some measurements going. My opening of the cabinet was bigger than the actual fireplace. So I took some measurements, I cut a piece here that is about 2 inches tall, and the width of the cabinet, I've cut a piece here that is 3.5 inches wide, and the height of the cabinet, although I mismeasured by about 1/8 of an inch, but I'm gonna fix that in a minute. I have my last piece here ready to go, and it's gonna fit in the same spot just like this. So I've pre-drilled a couple of holes, 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom, 2 on the side. That's gonna allow me to fasten this into the existing framing. So I went ahead and pre-drilled some toenails, and now I'm gonna go ahead and put the screws in because it's a little tricky to see back there behind. This is the exact seam tape that matches the wood tone of our rig. We were able to get this from Coachman through the dealer. So you might want to check with your dealership and see if they can get some of this in for you too. So I've cut a piece to size, and I'm going to take it right over the edge here, and that'll help cover up that unsightly seam that I've got going on right there. There we go. And this will all be covered with the diesel of the fireplace anyway, so it shouldn't be too noticeable. One other problem I have here are the screw holes from where my hinges were. Now, I'm gonna just take a straight razor and kind of sand them down a little bit so that they're smooth. And then I'm gonna cover them with that same seam tape. If I take the seam tape and I run it just where I need it, you can see where it starts and stops. So what I'm actually going to do is run a piece from top to bottom on this entire panel, and then it'll just blend right in. The last thing to do before putting the fireplace into place, I actually forgot to film, and that was I had to drill a hole right here through the bottom, through this panel to run the power cord, but now I am ready to place the fireplace in. Now you can see how nice and snug that fits. The measurements don't have to be exact because there is a frame that's going to cover that. So if I had a bigger gap there, it really wouldn't be a big idea. I really just wanted to keep it from shifting around. Now I just have to add 4 screws. Screw it in right here. And let's grab that frame and snap it into place. Have this metal frame that just snaps into place and actually is held on with some heavy-duty magnets that are part of it. It is all finished. Put the power on. This fireplace happens to come with 4 different light settings for the flame brightness. On the front panel, I can control the temperature low and high, but using the remote control, I can actually set it from 65 to 70, 75, 80, 85, all the way up to 90 degrees. And there's a timer feature that sets it from anywhere from 30 minutes to up to 5 hours, and then it'll automatically shut itself off. Looks beautiful. Honestly, your installation may be easier than mine. If you happen to find a model that's the exact right size for your opening, maybe a little more complicated than mine too. But we want to once again thank the folks at RecPro for supplying this to us. And of course, they had no control over the content of the video, but I'll tell you, I got nothing bad to say about this so far. Thanks for taking today's adventure. Make sure that you follow along, hit the subscribe button. If you have any questions about how this worked for us, leave it down below and we'll answer to the best of our ability. Thanks a lot. See you next time.